It's said that everyone has a story, but does everyone have a book? It can be tempting to pursue writing a book as a path to becoming a thought leader. When perusing the aisles at Barnes & Noble, you might easily think to yourself that you could do just as good a job flipping through a few pages of the latest business tome. Take it from me, writing is an enormously valuable exercise in helping you tease out what you really think about your business and what you are passionate about. Studies consistently show strong writing and verbal skills as some of the most desired skill sets. Just enter into any major writing project with the awareness of the limitations of your time and the low threshold that what you want to write will be seen by many people. In a world of content, it has become harder and harder to stick out from the crowd, especially in the crowded jostling for physical and electronic book sales. The beauty of the technology landscape today is that traditional gatekeepers have fallen away. There's absolutely nobody but yourself holding you back from writing, self-publishing, and distributing a book on your own. The accompanying challenge, of course, is that everyone else is happy to do it as well. With so many voices and names on the scene, it's so much harder than it ever was to strike it big or rich as an author. Now, there are, of course, success stories like Andy Weir, who self-published a series of blog posts that ultimately came published in the movie phenomenon, The Martian. If you have a big enough network of followers who consider your thoughts to be must-knows, you may be able to move thousands of units on your own. Otherwise, the established formal publishing houses will likely be closed to you, and you will need to explore some more creative options for your creativity. That said, the value of a book is not found merely in the number of units sold. The perhaps sad truth is that the mere act of having written a book can be enough to provide you with some greater gravitas and credentials to be considered an expert, even if the book is not read. You'll find that being able to tout your credentials as a writer is a gateway to gaining access to a panel of invitations, television appearances, or other opportunities to present yourself as a branded expert in your field of knowledge. All of these are avenues to help you build greater online presence and revenue. Now, don't kid yourself though. Turning out a book can be a grueling experience, even for first-class writers. If the likes of Hemingway are driven mad by those blank pages, the mere mortals among us are surely have some challenges as well. Deadlines, writer's block, and the business of making sure that what you write is actually good. Writing is fundamentally a butt-in-a-chair exercise. There's no other way to get through the experience but to put the work in. You're well advised to start off with some more manageable projects to get your feet wet if you aren't yet in the habit of regularly writing. Some blog posts or opinion editorials can be excellent ways to test out the waters for your voice and even begin to generate the content that you can use later and repurpose into a larger form and be used as a book. A good habit to get into is to regularly be clipping, bookmarking, and saving material that speaks to you. This research will help give you direction into the kind of content and the stories that you are most interested in. What perspectives or viewpoints do you see not being represented in this conversation? Now, this will help illustrate what the most unique and promising entry point for you is. After all, you're better primed to reach an audience if you're offering a perspective or a view that is not already out there on the market. So don't be afraid to embrace some of your contrarian tendencies. Unique voices are always welcome. Now, the benefit of keeping research is augmented by jotting down notes on a regular basis on your reactions to what you're reading, the latest developments in your field, and the advice of others. When it comes time to actually write, you can synthesize and clean up this material into a polished work, taking out much of the agony and grunt work that some of us associate with book writing process. An essential part for the book writing process is mapping out your vision for the entire argument. You can choose to discover the thrust of your story as you go along, but it can be much more painful and a lengthy process than if you spend some time up front to outline the basic structure. For example, if you're writing a book on launching an online business, you would devise the structure before sitting down to generate the content. You'd brainstorm a list of good topic areas that could be turned into chapters, such as learning about negotiations, revenue streams, marketing, affiliate marketing, and then devise a logical, coherent order to place these subjects in. Then you'll be much farther along at mapping out how your content fits into the narrative drive of the book. The beauty of writing is that you can fold all of your life experiences into your work. In a sense, you're always on, gathering experiences, insights that can be repurposed and used in your writing. Keep your eyes open to the world around you. There's inspiration in just about everything around you, if you're open to letting it in. Make sure you keep your voice present in your piece. Don't try to be something you're not. Readers value authenticity and unique perspectives. If you're having a qualm or disagreement with what is perceived as conventional wisdom, don't be shy about sharing your views, even if you may turn some readers off. You will need to approach your writing project with the same type of discipline and commitment that you bring to any revenue-generating activity. Carve out some time each morning or evening or during lunch, whatever time you find you're most likely to be able to write productively and free of distraction. By making ongoing, incremental progress each day, you'll arrive at your goal at the finished piece far quicker than you may have even realized. Establish some rituals and set up an area to always be writing in. Having some cues, whether it's coffee or a particular Pandora station you listen to. If you prefer writing to music, it will send that important signal to your brain that it is now time to write. This will keep you on track when there are so many potential distractions lurking out there to take you away from the work that needs to be done. What are you going to do when you want to write a book? How will you approach it? What experience are you going to bring to the pages? Is there something that you should be reading now that will give you inspiration? What types of voices do you think that are currently missing in the dialogue of entrepreneurship or in any area that you feel you would like to write about? Writing a book can be very worthwhile, so I encourage you to do so, and it could change your future. You can learn more by visiting my website, TonyNewmeyer.com, and registering to receive free trainings, articles, and more. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. And always remember, live rich.